By the way, one is Night Maven. Today we'll have to talk about how to secure finance application. In previous videos, we created 3 EPGs. We assign a VM to it, and we create the ESG and match the tag of each EPG tags. Now the VMs can communicate freely because they're in single one security zone ESG. In the VMware environment, there is a critical finance application, and we must control the access to it. Let the Finance App 1, Finance Web 1, and Finance DB 1. We must control communication between the tiers of applications, so the traffic is only able to pass on defined ports and between the tiers from any source to the Finance Web on the port 443, from the Finance Web server to the Finance App server on the port 80, and from the App server to the DB server on the port 3306, that's my Circle database port. We will achieve this by defining 3 new ESG, the security zones, for each tier of the application, and implementing the contract to secure the traffic flow, as you're showing here: EPG Web, EPG App, and EPG DB. Between them will be controlled by my contract with filters, contract filters, contract filters. So this video will be focusing on this part. Okay, to the right. Now let's talk about the filters first. Filters are basically access control lists that contain one or more filters entries that specify the matching rule. So I will specify source ports, destination ports ranged by using from the first port number and to the last port number. And I will create filter this video for port HTTPS and my circle traffic, right? In the pseudo-code tenant, first we'll have to create a filter for TCP source ending and destination 80. Expand the contract, go to filter, and right click. We'll have to create a filter. Enter the name TCP source ending to destination 80, and we'll add an entry. Entry name will say TCP source ending and destination 80 is the same. Ethernet type is IP, protocol is TCP. For the ports, where source port is the ending, destination is 80. So we'll define it as HTTP to HTTP. Update. And submit. This is my first filter. The next filter we'll create is I have created the filter port 80. The next filter we'll be creating is port 443, source TCP to any destination 443. Let's create another one. TCP source any destination 443. Copy the same name here. IP. TCP, HTTPS. update, submit. Following next filter, it's been created. Next filter is my circle port 3306 to the destination port. TCP source ending destination is 3306. Add entry. (3306). Update it, submit. Now we have the three filters created. They're filtering to the ending port to the destination HTTP, HTTPS 3306. The filters are created. Now we should create their contract. We're creating standard contract. First contract is permit to finance app. We're creating this contract. Subject say TCP, and we just find this filter, update, save, submit. Next contract, we're going to permit to finance database, subjects TCP, choose that's the filter for the MySQL port 3306 and submit. Now created second contract. Now we have to finish this to allow the HTTPS. Name is permit to finance web from ending. We'll talk about this later, where to apply. Permit to finance web TCP, and let's pick that filter for port 443. Alright, now three contracts are being created. The next topic we should talk about how to assign the tags to the virtual machine in the vCenter. We created contract filters. Let's set that aside. Let's talk about the VM's tags. The tags and attributes will allow me to attach the metadata to the object in the vSphere inventory, and to make it easier to sort and search for these objects. We'll use these to control membership of endpoint security group ESGs in the ACI, and in this example we'll use a function tag to associate the VMs to specific role. For example, web and app and DB in our finance application. So these three tags have already been defined in vCenter, app, DB, and web. We'll use these tags to the finance application VM. Go to vCenter, go to template, we'll find the first VM, finance app 1. Here is my finance app. Here's finance app 1. So I show you finance app 1, and we want to tags and custom attributes. You can add a tag, your new tag, custom tag, but I already created 3 tags. So what I will do is I will assign to the app tag, and I assign. Now this guy is assigned the tag. Right, this guy is assigned tag. Scroll a little bit down. Here's the tag. Okay, and we're going to assign the DB tag to finance DB1. Assign tag, DB, assign. Now DB tag is assigned to my finance DB1 virtual machine. Next one was assigned to add a tag is my finance web. Finance web tag is assigned. So you can confirm in the summary page of the virtual machine. Here's the tag. You can see very clearly. Okay, so tags assigned, we'll say T, this part is done. Okay, let's return to Epic and open the pseudo tenant. We're going to right click application profiles. I know we have 2, one general EPG matched security group and matched EPG in my network segments application profile. Now we wanted to create a new application profile. It's called my finance app. Okay, create application profile. Just say finance. That's it. Submit. Finance application profiles right here. And I'm going to create ESGs. Under here, we create this name, finance application. We want to create ESGs. Actually, this should be called ESG. Okay, ESG. Okay. Expand the finance. Let's expand ESG. Right click it, we don't have anything. Create ESG. First ESG, we'll call this app. And VIF, one general VIF. Say route table. Next. Now we have 3 selectors. We have so many selectors: tag selector, EPG selectors, IP subnet selector, service EPG selector, VXLAN bridge domain selectors, VXLAN external subnet selectors. Which one we will be using? Okay, let's pick the first one. The tag selector, tag key, we have to make function. Say function. Then the tag value here will enter app, and then we select OK. So be careful, these entries are the case sensitive and must exactly match the tag in vCenter. So let's double check. Web DB app. All right. Now we have a tag. Selectors, function is equals app. Okay. Now first EPG is app, and we're matching tags function equals app. Click next and finish. Okay. Now app ESG is created. Next ESG, we're going to repeat and I'll create separate ESGs for database, DB, and web VMs. So DB, go next. Use tag selectors. Say function equals DB. Okay. Web. Next. Tag selectors. Function. Web. Okay. So 3 ESGs. What I'm missing? I missed the VIF for DB and web. So how do I change it? Go to DB. Pick your beautiful VIF. Submit change. Same for web. Don't miss this. And for the web, VIF. So look at the diagram. Everything should be in the scope of VIF. Same VIF scope. Okay. Go back to an ESG folder. Here you can see every ESGs, match the tag, and it has, all of them have VIF. So now I should have 3 ESGs. Perfect. So a little bit quiz here. In this ESG we use for of the matching of the EPGs, what tag do I use? I use EPG selector. We're using this selector. It's not tag, it's EPG selectors. In these EPGs, we're using tag selectors. For my VMs. To select the specific VMs, we should assign them individually in the virtual machines, vCenter, and we'll match them in APIC. All right. Now we should assign contract to these finance ESGs, ESG, SGs, ESGs. Okay, we'll need a contract for them. Let's go to the bridge. The ESG, database ESG, and we want to right click and add a provider contract. We're going to provide which contract? Database. Now, provide a database contract. Who's going to consume it? The consumer will be my app ESG. App ESG. We say consumer contract consuming the database. For next, we want to consume, first provide app contract. App contract supposed to be, so this part is down, right? So this part is down. The app contract. This is provider. This contract, a consumer. So provider will be my app, still app. We're gonna be provider contract to app. Who's gonna consume it? Consumer is my web ESG. web ESG, we want to consume contract is app. Okay. Next, we should have add a contract. We're doing this part. Providing web ESG is providing a contract to serve 443 port. So go to web ESG. We wanted to provide a contract to web. And who's consuming it? The consumer is in another application profile. Another application profile name is EPG match ESG. And ESG is all network segment. Let's find it. Open another application profile. Find this EPG match security group. EPG match security group. ESG is network segments. So in this ESG, in another application profile, we want a consumer contract. Consumer contract is my permit to finance web. This will allow any other VM to communicate with my VM finance web 1. All right. So we don't see all these connections where to where. Where's the consumer? Where's the provider? We'll go to the network. You can see V1 VF 3 bridge domain is not what we want to see, and we're going to select the finance application profile. Here you should see topology. Let's double check this. Can move it around. Should be more clear to see this from web. We're providing so the green line is provider and the origin line is consumer. Look at my diagram here. It should be perfectly fine. The traffic is now restricted between the 3 tiers of a finance application: the web, the app, and the database. But with web front end is accessible over only HTTPS from any endpoints in the network segments ESG. That means in this all subnets ESG, any other can access finance web via the port 443 HTTPS. You can zoom in, drag around, clear the view if desired. And here's more clear in topology. Now that ESGs, contracts, and so on are all in place, this is straightforward to enable more ports to our finance virtual machines. And I must add the additional filters to the relevant contracts. So to show you this, we'll enable ICMP to each of the tier, or use the predefined ICMP filters in the common tenant. To show you that, we want to go to the contract. Let's collapse all this. Contract, standard, find permits finance app, TCP. Here, filters. Want to click add. In the filter drop down, I know we have one called ICMP in common tenants. See the common, right? Common tenants. And submit. Let's repeat all that to other contracts. DB web, we're all gonna to add this ICMP filter in common tenants. Now between these ESGs, the VMs can ping each other also. Okay, I have just enabled the ICMP between the finance application ESGs. The ICMP is allowed. Well, just sum up, configuring contract and filters in ACI will allow me to precisely control and secure the communication between my web, finance, and database service. So this is a granular traffic management that ensures the only authorized data flow between these critical finance applications, enhance the security, and it provides a great compliance. So just by simplifying the policy enforcement and reduce the attack surface, so I minimize the risk and operational complexity. Finally, in the end, this approach will help maintain the reliability and integrity of your business critical services, which is providing IT teams with streamlined management and a fast response to this evolved security requirement by this. These are all great achievements. I want to show you another one is how to immediate and recovery with the ACI. Just why we achieve a lot by creating this, right? I don't want to lose it and I want to back up. And we'll go to admin. Go to configure rollbacks. Want to configure for my tenant protocol. Let's click the gear button here. I must create a security passphrase. That's it. All right. Give it passwords. And now let's take a snapshot. So this is how you save a job. You don't want to lose it. Everything you configured so far. Now here's your snapshot. So how many times has your network configured being misconfigured? This is all outrageous and all issues that comes with them, and you lose your job. This before that, back it up. Now, to test this, we go to my tenant. I do a crazy thing. The crazy thing is, I remove everything here. That's crazy, and remove it. Now, on my configuration is now gone, and in a production environment, it means loss of connectivity and potential troubleshooting on my end if I did not know who made a change and what configuration changes were made at the beginning of these problems. ACI, here we to save you, and go to your pursuit call, click this rollback, yes. Now green check mark, go to tenant, my finance application profile, everything comes back. I know I can quickly revert the previous stage if I need it and enable fast recovery from unintended changes or errors. This snapshot is here to save my job. Alright, I think we're done a lot. In next video, we'll talk about integrate and migrate the layer 2 network to ACI. There are two main ways to extend layer 2. Is the extended the EPG out of a ACI, or you can extend the domain, bridge domain out of ACI L to out, but we're gonna use how to extend EPG out of ACI. Okay, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.
Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below. Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below.